He thinks everyone's out to get me and I'm so gullible and I don't know anything.
I just hope he's not going to interrogate me like I'm a criminal.
Of course.
Oh, yeah, I got your information now, buddy.
I got a picture of his tag, and I'm gonna run a full criminal history on this guy. Dangerous.
Hey everybody, welcome back to 90 Day Fiance This Single Life. So we are on episode 7. So let's start off with Debbie. So Julian and Debbie are talking about her date last night, and she seems to be very into Ruben, which is really good. So Ruben asked Debbie if she told Ruben about him, and Debbie said no, she didn't. She compared it to having a great party, then saying that the police are here, which I think is a very great comparison. But I don't see the need in Julian making sure his mom tells Ruben about him. He also wants to meet him, and I get his hesitation because of Osama, but I would wait a bit. I feel like he's doing too much. So they agree to introduce Julian to Ruben soon, and then Debbie leaves to go meet Ruben.
Well, I don't want to keep Ruben waiting. I gotta go.
What time you gonna be back?
None of your business.
Are you gonna text me?
No, I'm busy. I'm busy.
Okay.
I'll see you later.
You better check that attitude at the door.
So much sass with the both of them. My goodness. Ruben then comes to pick up Debbie in some sort of car. Is that a view? I don't know what that is, but it looks very cool. And Julian's having none of it. He takes pictures of his tag to look him up in his database, and I'm just dying. Also, look at the cameraman in the back getting in frame because he needs to get a shot of Julian being angry. Then they leave and they look so cute. So they stop for some coffee and lunch, and Debbie tells Ruben that her son Julian is here. Ruben said that's a little awkward and asks if Julian trusts her. And I don't really think it's about trust. I just think it's more about safety here. So Ruben is like, I hope he doesn't interrogate me. And I'm like, that's so funny because Julian is probably looking him up right there and then.
He thinks everyone's out to get me and I'm so gullible and I don't know anything.
I just hope he's not going to interrogate me like I'm a criminal.
Of course.
Oh, yeah, I got your information now, buddy.
I got a picture of his tag, and I'm gonna run a full criminal history on this guy. Dangerous.
Says that he doesn't mind meeting her son, but it is weird meeting him on their second date, which I have to agree to. So that's where their segment ends. So now moving on to Tyray. So Tyray is getting ready for his first date, and he's asking his brothers questions on opinions on what to wear. So he tells us that he's taking her on a voodoo tour and a lunch date, and I'm like, what? Voodoo? I was gonna say something, but isn't voodoo like prominent in New Orleans? Because I remember watching The Princess and the Frog, and I know why are you using The Princess and the Frog to fact check this, but hear me out, okay? Because I remember watching The Princess and the Frog, and they were also in New Orleans. And the villain, he was all about voodoo. So I'm like, oh, maybe it is prominent there. So Tyray's brother says if things are going good, to give her a kiss. And Tyray's like, yeah, once we look into each other's eyes, it'll be perfect for a kiss. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I can't lie, his scenes are the hardest but the funniest to watch for me. Okay, so it's an hour later and he's out on his date and Teresa actually shows up. Thank God. And how hot is it? Tyray's already sweating like crazy, bro. Like, it's even on top of his shoulders. Like, I will understand if it was his pits, but on top of his shoulders, like, Tyray, you cannot catch a break, bro. So the date is going well, and the voodoo guy is talking about both their paths, and Tyray's like trying to connect it to him and Teresa. And so far, so good. But I think the tour guy is acting a little crazy, but I'm like, he's just doing his job. So I really don't want to talk too much about him, but it just looks weird.
Oh, well, they would find a trunk. Opening up these trunks to find a dismembered and mutilated body.
The tour guide, wow, he's oh man, I can't even say it. He's over here, super energetic, but it's a little awkward too.
So they finish the tour and they go grab some lunch, and Tyray asks Teresa what she's looking for, and she said somebody who loves to travel, somebody who's sweet, and she doesn't really have a type. Check, because Tyray checks all those boxes. So Tyray then asks her how she feels about long distance relationship, and she says she is cautious because a lot of them go south. And I'm like, yeah, I kind of agree. So Tyray says it was disappointing to hear that because obviously if they were together, it would be a long distance relationship type of thing. But Teresa says that she would love to stay in touch with him and meet up with him from time to time. But overall, I felt like it was a really great date, and Teresa just felt so authentic. So now let's move on to Tim. And I know some of you guys don't like Tim, but we gotta know about Tim if you want to know about Veronica, okay? So Tim and Louisa are going out on a nice walk after the double date with Veronica and Jamal, which we saw on the last episode. Tim is then talking about how he doesn't think there will be one dinner or hangout that will fully give him what he needs from Jamal so he can like take a step back from Veronica and Jamal. Jamal's relationship. And I'm like, bro, that is so weird. Like, just let them do them. Tim is just so strange to me. So him and Louisa are looking out of the water and then at each other, and Louisa is staring at him, and it's so obvious what she wants, and that's a kiss from Tim. But Tim is like, oh, you can do a little one. And she's like, why a little one? Like, Tim, she obviously wants to go all in, and he's like, well, I didn't brush my teeth after, we just ate. And Louisa's like, well, I just ate beans, I don't care. And I strongly believe that Tim probably had like a really bad experience when he was younger, and somebody said like his breath stank when they kissed, and ever since that he's been hesitating about kissing people. So then they end up kissing, and it was really good. Gosh, I just sound like a pervert saying that, but I just meant like it didn't look as awkward as it could have been, and Louisa really enjoyed it. But then I thought it would end there, but Louisa just grabbed him for more, and then it got awkward because just saying all the tongue, and then more tongue, and his tongue just coming from Tim most of the time. I'm just like, oh my goodness.
Try again.
It was a really good kiss.
So that's where their segment ends. Now, on to Natalie. So, Natalie and her mom, they go to a Halloween fest, and it looks very cool, okay? So, they both are acting like children again, and it looks so wholesome to see them having a good time. Natalie's mom then says that she wished for them to come next time with kids, and tells Natalie that she would like for her to have kids soon. And Natalie looks quite over it. So, the producers ask Natalie why isn't Josh with them, and Natalie says that he's in Arizona celebrating with his kids, and she should be there too. She says that lately she hasn't been seeing him, and he also hasn't invited her to his house since they've been dating, and she doesn't like it because it makes her feel like he's hiding her from his family. But I'm like, you guys are on national TV, like there's literally no way that they don't know about you. She also said that lately he doesn't want to hang out with her. I'm like, oh, maybe he's like listening to the advice from his friends from the last episode. So Natalie then sits down with her mom and basically tells her that things with Josh hasn't been going good lately, and Natalie's mom just goes all in and says that she doesn't understand why Natalie would want to be with a man that doesn't want marriage or kids, and that is all what Natalie wants. And I agree with her, because Natalie, girl, listen to your mom and dip. Her mom said if she was in Ukraine right now, she would have met a good man, and even after 1 month of dating, he would have asked her to move in with her and put a ring on her finger. Her mom is kind of getting Natalie in her feelings right now, and to be honest, I'm kind of with her mom. I don't agree about moving in with a man after 1 month and then marrying with him after 1 month, but I do agree with her mom saying basically like how she shouldn't restrict herself for a man if you guys don't want the same things. So we found out that Natalie had 3 husbands. Well, I found out, maybe they mentioned it in like previous seasons, but we found out that Natalie had 3 husbands. The first one was amazing, but Natalie admitted that she was the problem. She said that she was happy with him, but it was like they met at the wrong time. But if they met now, then they would have been happy and the relationship would have been great. But her second husband was just ass. Nothing to say more about that. He was just like a soldier that was just bossing her around, and she wasn't happy with him. And then her third husband was Michael, as we all know. Honestly, I kind of want to meet the first husband. Maybe we can kind of like get them back together if he's still single though. So Natalie's mom really dislikes Josh, and she wants her to find somebody else. And kind of don't like that she dislikes Josh, because Josh has been nothing but honest with Natalie and with what he wants. Okay. Natalie says that in each marriage, her mother expected grandchildren, but all she got was divorce, which just makes me feel so bad for them. Natalie says that she needs to rethink and make some serious decisions. So now Natalie's getting ready to meet up with Josh. She seems fed up and is saying that Josh is leading her on, but I genuinely feel like he wasn't though, because he made his intentions clear. Also, 1 year is a reasonable time to still get to know someone, because I feel like because Natalie married so quickly in her other relationships, that's why they all ended up with divorce, because she didn't have enough time to know the person before she got with the person. She then says that she made a huge mistake by moving to LA for Josh, because he doesn't have time for her, and he also doesn't want to introduce her to his family. But it seemed like she just had enough. So now we see Josh, and he said that he wants to make sure that he's not being taken advantage of with Natalie. And oh my goodness, if looks could kill, Josh would be dead. And now I'm so scared for Josh, because Natalie seriously has killer eyes right now. And that's how the episode ends. Oh my goodness, what a horrible way to just say F you to all of us. Okay, so that's the end of this video. Let me know some of your thoughts in the comments below. I think I finally caught up to all of the episodes for The Single Life, so when the new one drops, I will have it out on time. So let me know some of your comments, and please like and subscribe. And also thanks for watching. Bye!